Hello, welcome to Karma's a Stitch. This is installment number 14 of a little mini series there. I'm just rounding up all of my active WIPs. Some of them have been more active than others in the past year. So this is me just kind of I'm gonna adjust this a little tiny bit. Just getting everybody caught up, including myself, on where a lot of my WIPs are that I've talked about in past actual episodes of our channel. So if I haven't already said, my name is Tonya and I'm trying to keep these installments pretty short, so I'm just going to jump right in. Today's WIP that I'm going to talk about is a C2C blanket. It is crochet. I am using, this is a size G hook. And this is, a scrappy project. And I've got, let's see if I can get it together so I can show you. I've gotten the length that I want. So I've got it lengthwise where I want it. So it's pretty long, but I wanted to do that to start because I wanted to put this gray border along the entire, between each strip. So I got one strip done, and then I started the second strip, and I'm making these blocks the width of 1.5 of the ones before. Because I do like my projects to kind of be mismatch. So I am using, let's see, this is all sock yarn that I got from multiple different advents last year. I have them all stored in this bag that my mom gave me, made for me. It's got one of these little cinch tops on it. And it's got the pockets on the outside. It's got pockets on the inside. And I have loads, just loads of minis. And it's probably right about this tall. This is about how full it is of minis right now. What is going on the top of these minis is I looked, this first row I did very random. I just reached in and grabbed one and put it on. For this second row, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to find something totally different from the two squares. Does that make sense? So with this mauve and this gray and white, I wanted something completely different to go above it. And then for this one, I've got the gray and white and this red and blue, and I wanted something completely different to go above that. So I planned those colors out a little bit. So I have the entire next row all laid out. So they'll go in this order. These are the colors that I have in so far. So these little scraps are the ones that I have in this blanket so far. And I have 2 other scrappy projects, which will be the next installments of this mini series that I'll talk about. And these, once they've gone into this blanket, I'll show you what happens with them. And they get moved into another project bag to go to another project. The gray that I'm using is Cascade Heritage. It's kind of a heather gray. This is color 5631. It's 25% nylon, 75% superwash merino. This is kind of just a go-to staple. I mean, I've found that in the past year when I've needed something, just a random color to go into a project to kind of pull it together, I'm going to Cascade quite a bit. So, and it's cost effective, which is always great. But this little ringy bell here, I think indicates where it was the last time I shared it. So I have added several more. I've got the gray border in, and I have started the second column. And if I would have thought about it more, maybe I would have put gray in between each, but I don't think I need it. I think having the gray column go between each and then have it be a border, I think will be just fine. If you are not familiar with what C2C is, it is corner to corner. So I'm doing each of these grannies, they look like granny squares. Let's go to the end here. Let's find a good one where I can show you. So let's look at this square here. Okay, this square started right here. And then I did this and this and this. And I went all the way up till I had this middle. This is as wide as it was going to be. And then you start decreasing it and working up to your other corner. So that's what a corner to corner is. And I started this last year. I should be further along. I say that with a lot of them, but these scrappy projects, it's easy just to shove more scraps in and leave them be for a bit. And then you pull them out and realize it's been a really long bit. So that is my C2C blanket. And that is the first of a few scrappy blankets for me. So do you guys do scrappy projects? I have a friend, she works at the local yarn shop, and she doesn't use many. She said she doesn't do a lot of scrappy projects. I really enjoy using all of the everything, all of the bits, all of the pieces, all of it. I really do like incorporating all of the yarn, which if you've noticed, when I've done projects, even shawls, I'll make them bigger, just so I can use up all of it. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're ready for an amazing weekend. Saturday is Shop Small Saturday here. I don't know if is that a worldwide thing? So I am going to my local yarn shop tomorrow, Saturday. So when this video goes live, it'll be Saturday, and I will probably be at my local yarn shop knitting and visiting and socializing, at least for a little bit in the morning. So I hope you guys are all doing something fun and enjoying whatever it is that you have around you. Okay, bye. Okay, so I had finished recording and I realized that I had on the back of this day bed right here one of my completed C2Cs. So this is where I started at this corner, and with this yarn, it was one that faded on its own. So I didn't do any color changing. This was one skein of yarn, and you start, if you want to look at this, you start down at the corner, and then the rows, so this is the start, and then you did this, and then you did these, and then you did this. You see that? You see how those rows go? And you do that all the way up until you get to the widest point, and then you start decreasing. For those of you that are not familiar with what C2C is, this is a great example. Okay, so for real, I'm leaving this time. Okay, bye.